I remember when I got my, so when I was 14 or 15, the way that I got started was like I wanted to get into music, but I didn't know how. So that was like when YouTube and Wikipedia were like really kind of like doing their thing. Teachers at that time were still like, you cannot cite Wikipedia in
I still feel like they say that.
Yeah, they're wrong. You absolutely can. I owe my life to Wikipedia.
Same.
But yeah, but I found a songwriter who had worked on some records that I really like, and sent him an email, and he signed me and started flying me out.
Who was it?
His name was Sasha Scarbeck. He
Wait.
wrote like You're Beautiful with James Blunt, and he
Yeah.
wrote like Wrecking Ball with Miley Cyrus. And he found me when I was about 15, and I started sending him my demos. My parents were supportive, but I don't have any connections, or didn't have any connections in the music industry. So I kind of just, they were like, you can do this, but you kind of got to figure it out, you know? So I got linked up with him, and I just kept bothering him, sending him emails like, hey dude, like bring me out. So he started bringing me out to London when I was like 15, 16, and that was like really exciting. I saw Shawn Mendes was like playing across town, so I was like, all right, like I'm gonna go and sing in front of his line. And then I got more fans there than I did on the entire Marina and Marina tour. So then I started taking like trains around Europe, and like Troye Sivan, I played in front of his concert. I played in front of Charlie Puth's concert. I played in front of pretty much every artist who I felt like had a fan base that might be interested in my songs. And I did that for about maybe 8 months. I did like 160 parking lot shows or something crazy. I don't know. Did 12,000 parking lot shows. 12 million. I did like 160. Then this kid that I wanted this to make a music video for my song I Built a Friend, and I had tried to get this kid to dance to my song in the music video, but I sent him the song, and I could not afford him at the time because I spent all my money like paying my parents back and going to Europe and like doing my thing. And so
Was he gonna like dance on?
he was gonna dance to the song in a music video.
Oh,
and
wow.
but then he didn't do it. But then he called me like 2 or 3 months later. I was like, yo, I'm going on America's Got Talent because I rehearsed a dance to your song for the music video. Can I dance to it on America's Got Talent? It's like, yeah, dude, like do your thing. Since I had been released from my contract with Columbia and I recorded that song during the period of my contract, I had to illegally re-record it and then post it online and make sure that the version he danced to still Shazammed to the new one. And I did that, and then that song was like top 10 on iTunes. And then that's how I got a deal. But I kept telling the labels, I was like, yo, like you guys can't see because the ecosystem is so big, but like this Water Fountain song that I have is way more popular than I Built a Friend. But because I can't sell it because I don't own the master, you can't tell. Like there were no YouTube charts at the time. Like you couldn't get the metrics on like any of these websites that sort of like take the streams and tally them up and show you like what your position is on YouTube globally.
Like Social Blade or anything?
Yeah. And when I signed my deal, I was like, yo, like my previous label wants all those old masters. They'll give them back to me, but they want like 50 grand. And my label was like, we don't want to buy them. And I was like, trust me, buy them. And they bought them. And it turned out it was a smart purchase because the songs did well. Yeah. So I ultimately got the songs back, but I wrote the songs when I was like 18, 19. Then I didn't own them. I never owned them, but then I didn't get to release them until I was like 24, 23. Wow. Yeah.
So you're sitting on them.
Yeah, 6 years ago I put them out, and then here we are. Here we are. We're hopefully I don't have to go back into the parking lot. I'm trying to avoid that, but it depends on how this next song does. We'll see.
Well, what I will say is I feel like you're still practicing that skill because I see you going up to people like for years now saying, "Can I sing for you?"
Yeah, I gotta do that. I do it for the TikToks,
and for YouTube.
Yeah, and for YouTube. I gotta go out and it's fun. I like singing for people in public, and it's cool now when people be like, "Oh, I know your song."
Well, I've had phenomenal growth, Clay. I had no business experience. I had years in education. I knew how to teach kids to read, but I'd never started my own business before. So I was at zero, walking the local neighborhood, putting pamphlets in people's letterbox, getting nowhere. And then I got a Christmas present to come to your conference. So that was the start of everything. I signed up straight away, and I now have so many students. I don't know what to do with them all. And I'm hiring and training 5 new tutors to help me teach kids to read.
Ladies and gentlemen, on today's show, we have an incredible story. And I'm going to start off by telling you this is a wonderful woman that is passionate about helping your kids to read. And I met her through, I believe, a conference of some kind. And she's having tremendous growth. So, Margaret, before we get going, tell us, what is your web address where our listeners can go to if they have children in their life or kids in their life who maybe need help with becoming a more efficient reader?
It's getreading.us.
Getreading.us. And since we met you, how much growth have you had since we met you and you became a business coaching client? How much growth have you had at getreading.us?
Well, I've had phenomenal growth, Clay. I was a I had no business experience. I had years in education. I knew how to teach kids to read, but I'd never started my own business before. So I was at zero, walking the local neighborhood, putting pamphlets in people's letterbox, getting nowhere. And then I got a Christmas present to come to your conference. So that was the start of everything. I signed up straight away, and I now have so many students. I don't know what to do with them all. And I'm hiring and training 5 new tutors to help me teach kids to read.
So somebody bought you a ticket to one of our in-person Thrivetime show workshops as a Christmas present. Is that right?
That's correct. I actually bought myself a ticket, and then my family had to pitch in and buy me a ticket in a hotel.
Oh, well, let's put some meat on the bone here. And for anybody who wants to know about those workshops, again, folks, you can go to thrivetimeshow.com, thrivetimeshow.com. I'm not sure when you'll see this testimonial video, but our next upcoming workshop features the legendary best-selling author Robert Kiyosaki, Eric Trump, President Trump's son, and a cast of wonderful entrepreneurial characters. You're going to love it, folks. That's March 6th and 7th. And again, if you're out there and you have a child that's needing to improve their reading skills, go to getreading.us. So let's kind of unpack the things that we've done together. First off, we helped you build a website. Can you talk about the process? Did we build it for you? Did you build it yourself? Tell the listeners out there how that process came together of building that website.
You guys did it completely. I wrote 1,000 words on 1,000 different topics, and I had some photos, but I had a lot of guidance. I just handed it all over to you guys, and you created this. It's the best website I've got in Scottsdale. People keep telling me mine stands out from the crowd.
Now, are you generating leads from the website? A lot of people are listening to the show. They're watching right now, and they're going, I'm a doctor, I'm a dentist, I'm a lawyer, I'm a photographer, I'm a petting zoo, and I don't know how to generate leads. I mean, I'm not kidding. I literally talked to a person this weekend who owns a petting zoo who got into a conversation with one of our clients who has a mortgage company, and they said, how do you generate leads? Do you actually generate leads? Are you generating leads from your website?
Oh, absolutely. Yep. I'm getting 3 or 4 leads a week, people ringing me, and I've been trained in how to answer as quickly as possible and the quick way to get to the point and sign them up. And I've got about a 95% strike rate with those leads. So that's awesome.
Now, for people out there that say, I've never been self-employed before, I've never started my own company, or maybe a lot of our listeners have owned a business for years, how would you describe the overall coaching experience for anybody out there that's thinking about scheduling a free 13-point assessment? There's somebody watching right now and they're going, I'm thinking about scheduling a free 13-point assessment. I'm thinking about going to thrivetimeshow.com, scheduling a free 13-point assessment. Could you speak to that person who's thinking about scheduling a free 13-point assessment with myself?
Okay, well, it's a no-brainer. You just have to sign up. These guys have got all the experience. They've got all the systems in place. Clay's been doing this for years, and all of his recommendations are based on his trial and error through many, many, many successful businesses. So I don't have to be an excellent businesswoman. In fact, I'm not. But I meet once a week. And it's fantastic. I get inspiration from the guys. I get a few tasks to do for the coming week, and I get them done because I'm a diligent doer. and I get it. I get the progress comes just from following the steps. I don't need to know anything.
What kind of an impact has the coaching made on your life up to this point? If you were to have to describe to somebody who says, okay, so you're paying a coaching service, in this case, my service, you're paying, you're sowing into investing in a $1,700 a month expense into
Yeah.
something. What kind of an impact has it made on your life and business?
Oh, absolutely phenomenal. My sons were a little skeptical at first. They're like, "That's a lot of money, Mum. You're not making any money yet." And I said, "I know, but it's month to month, and I'm going to see results. And if I don't see results, I can drop out. But no way. I haven't even thought about it dropping out because I wouldn't be here without you guys." I'm working 7 days a week. I've got 45 plus hours of tutoring and kids on my waiting list. So I couldn't be happier.
And did I hear that right? You went from a full stop. You were a pre-emergent business. You had yet to you were
Yes.
yet to see from a stop to where. Can you maybe describe the growth you've seen?
Oh, okay. So, yeah, I had nothing. I had no students. I had ideas. So I was sort of pitching ideas around the place and doing what I thought I could do on my own. And I knew I had no idea and I needed the expert help. But just step by step, we created the website, we created marketing flyers, a logo. They advised me about going to education fairs, buying a big screen TV, getting reviews, reviews, reviews. I get organic reviews from my clients, and my reviews are fantastic. My parents are really happy. Carter's even got me to ask my clients to make a video review, just a 1 minute explanation of what they think of Get Reading. And that was not a problem. I thought I was really shy. I'm not very good at asking people for things, but they've coached me through that too, in how to put that in a way that makes sense for the client to help other people find the right person to teach their kid to read.
Now let's get into the linear step by step. We've done so much together during the short period of time, and it's been awesome. And so I've got a note, notes to my right here. One is you have so many leads coming in. My understanding is you need to hire more employees. You have so many leads coming in. Now you need to hire more and more employees to keep up. We've taught you the hiring system, the hiring process. Which could you talk about the hiring processes and systems we've taught you and how it's impacted your business?
Sure. Well, Carter suggested I do the group interview, and we scripted out the sorts of things that I'd go through in the group interview. We put an ad in Indeed and asked for tutors. He said, "Don't worry, don't worry about resumes." Was it 95% of people lie on their resume or something? So yeah, I've done it that way. And this program that I'm using doesn't need a trained teacher to teach the program. In fact, they feel that they have more success with people who are not trained teachers because they follow the program as it's expected. And we have kids reading in 2 to 3 months, which is unheard of. If you're in education, you know that sounds like it's almost too good to be true. But I've been doing it. I've got kids graduating left, right, and center, and didn't even know the alphabet, and now they're reading the Magic Tree House on the weekend. It's fantastic. So yeah, sorry. The back to the recruiting, I had too many applicants. I had something like 70 applicants in a couple of weeks. So I did my group interviews, and then as Carter suggested, you use your intuition with the people who were there, and asking questions whether they're there for the right reason. They're not talking about how many holidays they get or how much they make if they do this and that. It's about the kids. So yeah, I found 5 gems and I've started training them.
Now, next here is the search engine optimization process. It is a process. It is not an event. For anybody out there who's ever done gardening, you plant the garden. Woo, that's exciting. However, you have to pull the weeds, water the plants, pull the weeds, water the plants, and you only have to do that on every day that you don't hate yourself or your garden. It is a process. Could you talk about this process of search engine optimization? Because it's not just a one-time conversation. It is an equation. It is a process that requires diligence to make it, to produce the fruit. Can you talk about the search engine optimization process?
Well, yeah. Again, I'm completely guided by Carter, and before that, I had Jordan coaching me, and we've gone through the keywords, looking for what are people looking for when they're searching for someone to teach their child to read. What are the words they're putting into Google? And I'm asking my clients, how did you find me? What did you put into Google, etc. And then we were writing. Well, I was writing material based on those keywords, and then that was put into the website, getting reviews, getting video reviews, etc. All added up to me. I'm now #1 in Scottsdale for reading tutoring, and I've beat all the corporate tutoring companies. I got an award for the best of 2024 in Scottsdale in this category just the other day. So yeah, we blew everyone out of the water. It's fantastic.
Next, I want to encourage somebody out there, if you're watching this right now, you have the mental capacity and the tenacity to become successful. We help wonderful people like Margaret every day. I promise you, folks, if you want to have super success, all you do, you go to thrivetimeshow.com. You click on testimonials. There are over 2,000 testimonials, including this one, from real people. And when you watch them, over time, you're going to see there's people that are geniuses, people that are smart. Sometimes you watch the videos and you go, that person seems a lot like me. Sometimes you watch the video testimonials, and you may say, wow, that person is a genius. I could never do that. But I promise you, having worked with all of these people, this is my 20th year helping great people like you to grow your business. I want to tell you, folks, you have the capacity and the tenacity to produce massive success. Now, Margaret, gathering video testimonials, this is so powerful. You could also call it gathering case studies. We could also call this gathering verifiable proof. Just yesterday, I was talking to a home builder, and I helped him grow his company, if you can believe this, folks, from 15 million to almost 160 million in sales. And he told me, he said, Clay, at the point that the customer comes in to buy a house, we are no longer selling. The customer is pretty much they've already decided to buy from us before we even talk to them, because they've watched so many video testimonials and case studies. Can you talk about the impact that gathering objective video reviews from your real customers has made on your business?
Yeah, well, people have watched those videos and been blown away. I think they see themselves in the clients who are speaking about the trauma of a child who can't read, the struggle they have, and the tantrums, etc., that any homework brings in, and they've responded very positively to that, and they're beautiful testimonials. People are explaining how they can't believe the difference in their own child.
Now, next, I have the big stack of stuff I'm firing through here. Online reputation, just in general. I mean, people that don't hate their kids, they want to. I know there's somebody watching right now. Your child needs coaching in the area of reading. Someone watching right now, you're watching this and you say, my child needs to improve their reading skills. And unless you hate your child, and I know you don't, you're probably going to look the company up and verify they're real. Could you talk about the impact of just gathering objective Google reviews from real customers?
Yes, again, I was a little shy about asking people for reviews. I felt like, could you write something that says how wonderful I am? But I've learned how to word that, and I've gained in confidence, and people just happy to oblige, happy to help out, especially if you get them while they're right there and hot. You say, could you go to Google Maps? Here, I'll send you this. Now, just write a couple of words here. Now press this button and bingo, it's done. So that's the best way, because often they'll say, yes, we'd love to do a review for you. And then other priorities come in as they walk out the door. So it's great to catch them while they're hot.
When leads come in every single day, folks, every single day, my dog training business, my hair cutting business, the businesses I'm involved in where we remodel homes, I share these things because I think people don't know that I actually run companies. And so when you look up the businesses that I am involved in as an owner and or a partner, I'm just going to fire up three as an example. When you go to Elephant in the Room, eitrlounge.com, we're in Oklahoma. A lot of people go there. We have a process to follow up with our customers. If you go to makeyourdogepic.com, the dog training brand I'm involved with, we have a process for calling our customers. When you go to thrivetimeshow.com, we have a process for calling our customers. When you go to pmhokc.com, we have a process for calling our customers. It is a documented process. It is a linear process. It is a blueprint for success. Could you talk about how much that's impacted your business to have a written script and a process you're following to consistently follow up with your leads as opposed to working via guesswork?
Yeah, that's right. Guesswork in my case would not have worked. This helps me know how to nail it in the first conversation. I get to the point. I haven't got time now to have a half-hour conversation with people on the sign-up process, but everything is step by step. It's color by numbers, and you guys have made it so easy for people who, like me, had zero business experience and got no knowledge in this area.
I think you and I did our first consultation on a Saturday morning.
I think we did.
Yeah. And I remember talking to you, and I remember, and I mean this, I think I had a little more faith in your vision than you did for a moment. I think you had, because you told me, you said you wanted to get every child reading by 2030 or something like that. I remember you saying that.
Exactly right. Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, she can do it. I mean, I don't know that you could teach every child, but I mean, you could make a big impact on the planet. And I knew you could do it. And I remember we were on that consultation. We were talking, and I'm not saying this to mock you. This is just how I remember it. I remember you saying, "But Clay, I've never run a business before, and I don't know that I don't know if what would I do?" And you had a few questions about that, and I didn't want to be demeaning or condescending. I just wanted to be encouraging. And I know one of my mentors, Carlton Pearson, back in the day, he told me, he said, "Clay, the word charisma used to be spelled with a K. The word charisma used to be spelled with a K. And in Greek, charisma means the gift of grace, or basically you're lifting people up." He said, in modern America, though, somehow it's perverted into a charisma with a CH, where we picture a highly motivated, enthusiastic person talking down to you. And he said, "Clay, when you leave a conversation with somebody, you should leave them feeling whole and not full of holes." And I'm going, wow, that's powerful. And so I was hoping that through the gift of grace and through encouragement and coaching you up, that we could turn your dreams into reality. Could you talk about what it's been like riding the rocket ship into orbit, figuratively speaking, and watching your dreams turn into reality one step at a time?
Yeah, well, that's been phenomenal. That really is my big dream, to get every child in America, every child in the world reading. At the moment, we have 66% of American kids not reading on level, and 40% of kids in America are reading at a kindergarten level, and that's holding them back, and it's holding us back. It's holding the country back. And I know we have solutions, and since working with you guys, I've connected with some really very passionate, powerful experts in literacy, and we've got a bi-weekly meeting. We come together and talk about, okay, how are we going to get every child in America reading? And we have projects around the country that we're working on. Our biggest thing is finding someone with a bit of power and influence to let them know that we could fix this problem of illiteracy in America in 6 months. We could turn this country around in 6 months. And that still is my passion and my dream. And I set lofty goals. Before coming to you, I had to prove myself to the world that I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just some random person with a crazy idea. And I wanted to get to $10,000 a month by the end of the year. And by 6 months, I was at $12,000 a month. So I've got I had no money to start this mission, but now I'm building that up and I'm building up connections with people and we're going from there. Sorry, go on.
Final 60 seconds. Two questions here. One, we had to develop a no-brainer, an offer so good that anybody with a sound mind would understand the value proposition. Anybody with a sound mind couldn't resist it. So when people go to getreading.us, you offer your first free week or 5 sessions. Your first week is free, or those 5 sessions. That could be a scary thing to offer people. Can you talk about the impact having a no-brainer offer has made on your website, offering something so good, so irresistible that people simply cannot say no to it?
That's right. Well, I think that's a big part of why the leads agreed to come in, because there's no commitment. Come and try it, see what your kid thinks, see what how it works, and whether you can manage this, and it works every time. They're very grateful for that first week, but once the kids have come along, they have a great time. My kids are engaged for the full hour, and it's not because of me necessarily, although I am fabulous and I do bring snacks. But the kids are really, because there's every 5 minutes, there's a change of activity, and they're fully engaged and super excited to be improving so quickly. So yeah, that first week free is absolutely a no-brainer.
Now, the final questions here for you is on your website, you have a beautiful About Us video. I also call it a story video, an About Us video. It's an opportunity for you to share with your listeners who you are, what you do, and why you are doing what you're doing. It's your opportunity to share who you are, what you're doing, the problems you solve, and to do it in a nice, succinct 90-second video. Could you talk about the impact of having that story video, that core story video on your website?
Yeah, I love that video, and I was really reluctant to get in front of a camera and speak, but Carter and just kept pushing me. I said, I need you to push me. So he pushed me and I got there, and I've got, you can see from the video that I'm real, I'm passionate, and I really want to make a difference in the world. And then we've got beautiful images going and music going. You guys did all of that. All I had to do was send them my few minutes of video talking about what we do at Get Reading.
Okay, final question. Here we go. Somebody's watching this website right now. They're watching this video right now. They're looking at this on X, Rumble, Facebook, somewhere, and they might say, I just don't know if this is my year to thrive. I don't know if this is my year to turn my dream into reality. What do you say to anybody out there that's considering scheduling a free 13-point assessment with myself and even coming to one of our in-person 2-day interactive business workshops?
Okay, well, that's a no-brainer. You just have to do it. You could stay there, dog paddling in the pool and treading water and doing what you think is best, or you could go to the experts, the pros. Not only have they got the systems in place, but they motivate you, they touch base with you every week and keep you on the right path so you know what the next step is. You don't have to think and plan and all. It's all done for you. It's just turn up and do what you're told, and away I go.
Amen. Well, Margaret, thank you so much for carving out some of your precious time with us. I really do believe that time is your most important asset. So I do thank you for investing your time with us and our listeners today. And for anybody out there, if you have a child that is struggling to read, or a grandchild, and you say, wow, I want to give my kid the gift of reading, go to getreading.us. That's getreading.us. Somebody out there, you're taking notes today while traveling down a gravel road on a skateboard that's missing a wheel while trying to take mental notes. So that website, one more time, is getreading.us. Somebody, you're traveling right now through a drive-through, and your children are trying to touch each other in the back seat, and you're trying to also place a drive-through order, and you may have missed that website. It's getreading.us. Somebody else out there says, please do not say the website again. I thoroughly know what the website is, and I say, no, you got to say something 7 times before people remember it. So it's getreading.us. Margaret, thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you soon.
Beautiful. Thanks so much for that, Clay.
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas, and soon to be Arkansas. We have probably grown probably 5 times. We've added, I think when we first started with you, we had 60 to 65 employees. And now we have a little over 300 employees. Before we got involved with Thrivetime, we didn't really have any systems or processes in place. So I've probably been to, in 6-7 years, I've probably been to 12 to 13 business conferences. And amazingly, each time I go, I learn something new, and I'm so excited to bring it back and show the team about marketing and how to implement.
Okay, Aaron Antis, September 25th and 26th. Guess who's coming back to Tulsa? I will give you a hint. His first name is Eric, and his last name is Trump. Whoa. And his father is the 47th president of these United States. Yes, Eric Trump is joining us once again here September 25th and 26th in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show Business Growth Workshop. But Eric Trump is bringing friends. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Alina Haba will be joining Eric Trump right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Amanda Grace will be in the place. Dr. Stella Emanuel will be here in T-Town in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Julie Green will be on the scene. Mel K will be here to say hey. Dave Scarlett from the His Glory team will be here. It's going to be a blasty blast right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you want to start or grow a super successful company, if you want to make your wallet great again or make your wallet great for the first time, if you want to learn marketing, systems, scaling, human resources, accounting, social media, branding, search engine optimization, sales training, financial management, and more, get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. Once again, that's thrivetimeshow.com. People don't know this, but the Trump organization has thousands of employees. There's not 50 employees. The Trump organization, again, most people don't know this, but the Trump organization has thousands of employees. And while Donald J. Trump was the 45th president of these United States, he needed a competent man to run and execute his business plans. Showtime! So the man that runs the Trump organization for Donald J. Trump, as he was the 45th president of the United States and now the 47th president of the United States, is Eric Trump. And so Eric Trump is here to talk about time management, promoting from within, marketing, branding, quality control, sales systems, workflow design, workflow mapping, how to build. I mean, everything that you see, the Trump hotels, the Trump golf courses, all their products, the man who manages billions of dollars of real estate and thousands of employees is here to teach us how to do it.
You are talking about one of the greatest brands on the planet from a business standpoint. Right. I mean, who else has been able to create a brand like the Trump brand? I mean, look at it. And this is the man behind the business for the last, pretty much since 2015. He's been the man behind it. So you're talking, we're into 9 going into 10 years of him running it, and we get to tap into that knowledge. That's going to be amazing.
Now, think about this for a second.
But that Clay Clark, man, he is one character.
It's a good word for him, character. Yeah, that is it.
Good, driven, smart. And I've never met a guy who was so hyper all the time. He's doing so much good. And then I met his mother, and she just says, she just lets him be Clay Clark. I mean, so he's endorsed by his mother, and he's doing magnificent work. So it was great meeting you out there and all the people that he surrounds himself with. Clay Clark starts his days at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, he's a machine. He's a machine.
Yeah. But I have problems with my company starting at 9 o'clock. Yes, hundreds of people showing up at 5 a.m. in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Man, he's a leader of a leader. He's a fantastic young man.
Oh, he is.
The lineup continues to grow, and this is how we do our tickets here at the Thrivetime Show. If you want to get a VIP ticket, you can absolutely do it. It's $500 for a VIP ticket. We've always done it that way. Now, if you want to take a general admission ticket, it's $250 or whatever price you want to pay. And the reason why I do that, and the reason why we do that is because we want to make our events affordable for everybody. I grew up without money. I totally understand what it's like to be in a tight spot So if you want to attend, it's $250 or whatever price you want to pay. That's how I do it. And it's $500 for a VIP ticket. Now, we only have limited seating here. With the most people we've ever had in this building was for the Jim Brewer presentation. Jim Brewer came here, the legendary comedian Jim Brewer came to Tulsa, and we had 419 people that were here. 419 people.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, there's no more room. I felt kind of bad that a couple people had VIP seats in the men's restroom. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. But I thought, you know what? We should probably add on.
Clay Clark is here somewhere. Where's my buddy Clay? Clay's the greatest. I met his goats today. I met his dogs. I met his chickens. I saw his compound. He's like the greatest guy.
I ran from his goats, his chickens, his dogs.
So this guy's like the greatest marketer you've ever seen, right? His entire life, Clay Clark, his entire life is marketing.
So again, if you want to get tickets for this event, all you have to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. When you go to thrivetimeshow.com, you'll go there, you'll request a ticket, boom. Or if you want to text me, if you want a little bit faster service, you say, I want you to call me right now. Just text my number. It's my cell phone number, my personal cell phone number. We'll keep that private between you, me, everybody. We'll keep that private. And anybody. Don't share that with anybody except for everybody. That's my private cell phone number. It's 918-851-0102. 918-851-0102. I know we have a lot of Spanish-speaking people that attend these conferences, and to be bilingually sensitive, my cell phone number is 918-851-0102.
That is not actually bilingual. That's just saying Juan for a one. It's not the same thing.
I think you're attacking me. Now, let's talk about this. Now, what kind of stuff will you learn at the Thrive Time Show workshop? So, Aaron, you've been to many of these over the past 7-8 years. So let's talk about it. I'll tee up the thing, and then you tell me what you're going to learn here, okay?
Okay.
You're going to learn marketing and branding. What are we going to learn about marketing and branding?
Oh, yeah. We're going to dive into, so many people say, I got to get my brand known out there, like the Trump brand, right? You want to get that brand out there. It's like, how do I actually make people know what my business is and make it a household name? You're going to learn some intricacies of how you can do that.
You're going to learn sales. So many people struggle to sell something. This just in, your business will go to hell if you can't sell. So we're going to teach you sales. We're going to teach you search engine optimization, how to come up top in the search engine results. We're going to teach you how to manage people. Aaron, you have managed, no exaggeration, hundreds of people throughout your career and thousands of contractors. And most people struggle with managing people. Why does everybody have to learn how to manage people?
Well, because first of all, you either have great people or you have people who suck. And so it can be a challenge, learning how to work with a large group of people and get everybody pulling in the same direction can be a challenge. But if you have the right systems, you have the right processes, and you're really good at selecting great ones, and we have a process we teach about how to find great people. When you start with the people who have a great attitude, they're teachable, they're driven, all of those things, then, you can get those people all pulling in the same direction.
So we're going to teach you branding, marketing, sales, search engine optimization. We're going to teach you accounting. We're going to teach you personal finance, how to manage your finance. We're going to teach you time management. How do you manage your time? How do you get more done during a typical day? How do you build an organization if you're not organized? How do you do organization? How do you build an org chart? Everything that you need to know to start and grow a business will be taught during this 2-day interactive business workshop. Now, let me tell you how the format is set up here. And again, folks, this is a 2-day interactive 15. Think about this, folks. It's 2 days. Each day it starts at 7 a.m. and it goes until 5 p.m. So from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., 2 days. It's a 2-day interactive workshop. The way we do it is we do a 30-minute teaching session, and then we break for 15 minutes for a question and answer session. So, Aaron, what kind of great stuff happens during that 15-minute question and answer session after every teaching session?
I actually think it's the best part about the workshops, because here's what happens. I've been to lots of these things over the years. I've paid many thousands of dollars to go to them. And you go in there and they talk in vague generalities, and they're constantly upselling you for something, trying to get you to buy this thing or that thing or this program or this membership. And you leave not getting your very specific questions answered about your business or your employees or what you're doing on your marketing. And what's awesome about this is we literally answer every single question that any person asks, and it's very specific to what your business is.
And what we do is we allow you as the attendee to write your questions on the whiteboard.
Yep.
And then we literally, as you mentioned, we answer every single question on the whiteboard. And then we take a 15-minute break to stretch and to make it entertaining when you're stretching. And this is a true story. When you get up and stretch, you'll be greeted by mariachis.
Sure.
There's going to probably be alpaca here, llamas, helicopter rides, a coffee bar, a snow cone. I mean, there's just...
You had a crocodile one time. That was pretty interesting.
You know, I should write that down and actually do that.
Sorry for that one guy that we lost.
The crocodile, we duct taped its face so that we duct taped.
No, it was a baby crocodile.
And it was duct tape.
Yeah, duct tape around the mouth so it didn't bite anybody. But it was really cool passing that thing around and
I should do that. I should. We have a small petting zoo that will be assembled. It's going to be great. And then you're in the company of hundreds of entrepreneurs. So there's not a lot of people in America today. In fact, there's less than 10 million people today, according to U.S. Debt Clock, that identify as being self-employed. So if you have a country with 350 million people, that means you have less than 3% of our population that's even self-employed. Yeah. So you only have 3 out of every 100 people in America that are self-employed to begin with. And when Inc. magazine reports that 96% of businesses fail by default, you have a 1 out of 1,000 chance of succeeding in the game of business. But yet the average client that you and I work with, we can typically double this. And this is no hyperbole, no exaggeration. And I have thousands of testimonials to back this up. We have thousands of testimonials to back it up. But when you work with a home builder, when I work with a business owner, we can typically double the size of the company within 24 months.
Yeah.
Double. And you say double? Yeah, there's businesses that we have tripled. There's businesses we've grown 8x. There's so many examples you can see at thrivetimeshow.com. But again, this is the most interactive, best business workshop on the planet. This is objectively the highest rated and most reviewed business workshop on the planet.
I was looking to learn how to take my business, like they've said today, from being very successful to being systematic. I've got a very successful practice in 3 different cities, make good money. Just want to take it to the next level with systems and processes to where I can drive my cars more.
Paul Hood.
I've been a CPA for 33 years.
And what kind of growth have you and your great team had here over the past, let's say, 5-6 years?
For the last 5, when I met you 5 years ago, we were doing 3 million. This year we'll do 24 million.
Whoa. And you say, Clay, I'm not going to get a ticket unless you give me more. Okay, fine. We're going to serve you the same meal both days. True story. We cater in the food, and because I keep it simple, I literally bring in the same food both days for lunch. It's Ted Escondido's, an incredible Mexican restaurant. That's going to happen. And Jill Donovan, our good friend, who is the founder of Rustic Cuff. She started that company in her home, and now she sells millions of dollars of apparel and products. That's rusticcuff.com. And someone says, I want more. This is not enough.
Give me more.
Okay. I'm not going to mention their names right now because I'm working on it behind the scenes here. But we've got one guy who's given me a verbal to be here. And this is a guy who's one of the wealthiest people in Oklahoma, and nobody really knows who he is because he's built systems that are very utilitarian, that offer a lot of value. He's made a lot of money in the it's where you rent. It's short term. It's where you're renting storage spaces. He's a storage space guy. He owns what do you call that? The rental,
a storage space.
Storage units. This guy owns storage units. He owns railroad cars. He owns a lot of assets that make money on a daily basis, but they're not like customer facing. Most people don't know who owns the mini storage facility, or most people don't know who owns the warehouse that's passively making money. Most people don't know who owns the railroad cars, but this guy, he's given me a verbal that he will be here, and we just continue to add more and more success stories. So if you're out there today and you want to change your life, you want to give yourself an incredible gift, you want a life-changing experience, you want to learn how to start and grow a company, go to thrivetimeshow.com. Go there right now, thrivetimeshow.com. Request a ticket for the 2-day interactive event.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Thomas Crossan, owner and founder of Full Package Media in Dallas, Texas. I've been a coaching client with Clay Clark since the beginning of our business. We started about a year ago, August of last year. I had no clients, no idea what we were doing, no clue really what was going on. And now we've grown to where we've got 6 photographers, we've got office space here, I have an admin, sales person that works for us full time, developing an online system, and a lot of that growth we attribute to Clay helping us. And there's so many things that, his stuff is not revolutionary. It's not this crazy walk on hot coals and all this stuff. It's just real stuff.
It's going to be a blasty blast. There's no upsells. Aaron, I could not be more excited about this event.
I think it is incredible. And there's somebody out there right now, you're watching and you're like, but I already signed up for this incredible other program called Smoke Your Way to Thin. I think that's going to change your life. I promise you, this will be 10 times better than that.
It's like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking.
Don't do the Smoke Your Way to Thin conference. I've tried it. Don't do it.
Yeah, chain smoking is not a viable. It is life-changing. It is life-changing. If you become a chain smoker, it is life-changing.
Not the best weight loss program, though.
Right, really. So if you're looking to have life-changing results in a way that won't cause you to have a stoma, get your tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's Aaron Antis. I'm Clay Clark, and reminding you and inviting you to come out to the 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show workshop right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I promise you, it will be a life-changing experience. We can't wait to see you right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Whoa! What kind of growth have you since you and I have been working together over these past few years?
3.45 million. I got those stats before I got on here.
So you've grown by 3.45 million.
Yeah, 3,450,000.
Would that be like if you took the combined revenue and maybe doubled it? Have we gone up by
about almost 3, not quite.